Greetings from the land of the rising sun. Today the World Championship is being held at the Motegi circuit, where the Motogp class race is about to start. As you can tell from the footage we're broadcasting from the track, we're looking forward to great weather for the race. We are moving now to the starting grid, where the Motogp riders are ready to start the race. Tension is sky high, but these guys are seasoned pros, able to withstand any kind of pressure.
Hello and welcome to another video, and today, as you can see, we are on Motogp 18 once again for another episode of the 2019 Mod Championship as Cal Crutchlow, and this time we are here for, actually I don't know what round number it is, so if the last round's 19, I don't know, I can't be able to work it out, but we're at Motegi anyway, and in fact we won the championship last race because obviously there's only 4 races remaining now, this one. And then obviously in Australia, next time out, then Malaysia, and then Valencia. There's 4 races, and we had an 112-point lead coming into this race. So we already wrapped it up last time at Buriram, which is always nice, you know, nice to wrap it up early. I mean, it's not great because it shows that they are quite poor, that I've managed to pull over 100 points on them over the course of the season. But there you go, considering that you pretty much only gain about 9 max usually you can bet on them. Obviously, occasionally you can gain a good haul if they crash, but yeah, so it's kind of a bit embarrassing for them, but whatever, I suppose. Probably the main thing to focus on right now is the constructors, where there we are, we're in second, 16 points away from Monster Energy Yamaha, who are almost at the 400-point threshold, which they should pass in this race. And obviously, if we win the race, we also get to 400 points. They've got a nice 16-point lead over us, and 26 over Ducati, and 51 over Honda. So we're all quite spread out, really. Although it only takes a team to have a bad race, because then, you know, there's 2 lots of riders, except for us there is only 1. So that is the issue. It makes it difficult to overthrow that team. The Rossi and Vinales are very consistent, and even when I win races, they tend to still gain points, which obviously, you know, you can't do anything about because I don't have a rear gunner or anybody like that. So it's a bit of a shame, but we'll try the best we can to win this Constructors' Championship as well as the Riders. Well, it's a Teams Championship. The Constructors is actually, we are absolutely destroying everybody in that one. Obviously because I've won every race, so, and it only takes the highest finishing rider.
With the riders on the starting grid, the countdown begins until the lights go off. Just a few moments to go, and the Japanese Grand Prix will begin.
So yes, just a few moments to go for the Japanese Grand Prix to begin. We're waiting for the lights to go out for this Japanese Grand Prix. Lights down, away we go. Bit of a sluggish start there, but oh, massive wheelie actually, in fact. But Abraham's managed to get back past us because we broke a bit early for the first corner, not trying to pile in too much. Using the curb to try and turn as much as we can at the inside of both Tet 3s, at the inside of Malaysia Spagro. A bit of contact there with Bagnaia, but we passed Potteraro and Rabat as well, alongside Bagnaia, up into 13th already after like a corner. This is a pretty good start. Bagnaia trying to outbrake us on the outside there. We've missed turn 3 a little bit. A crash there, I think Rossi's down, and I think Jean Mir as well. So yeah, in fact, here's Rossi as well down with him round the outside of Spagro, and getting past Jack Miller there. So up to 9th place already. Obviously that 2-rider pile-up definitely, pile-up that those 2 going down helped us out. Miller goes to the inside though, we're back down to 10th place. Lorenzo struggling a little bit. I mean, he's been doing pretty well as of late, but he's down in 9th place. Oh, bit of contact with Lorenzo, trying to go around the outside of him through 130R. Up into 9th place, and we're going to the inside of Miller and Lorenzo, not Lorenzo, Rinzman, and also Vinales there. It's up to 6th place. Messing up my words a little bit here, getting the names wrong. You know, that just happens sometimes. I do it a little bit too often, so I apologise for that. But we are trying to go around the outside of Iannone right now. We've done him, I think. Yep, there we go. We're past Iannone now, so up into 5th place. Danilo Petrucci up next in 4th. So it's been a pretty electric start, to be honest, if I do say so. The AI do tend to struggle at some of these tracks towards the end of the season. But to be fair, I've always thought they're quite good at Japan, so perhaps I've just got quite a good start. But you can see Petrucci's trying to get the inside of Zarco. We're braking for the 90-degree corner, and we've been hit at the back by Vinales, and that's kind of put us off the track on the gravel. In fact, so we're down to 7th place now. Rins is going around the outside, but we're back up the inside of Rins. But we're back behind Vinales and Lorenzo again, clipping the inside curb there. Vinales completely just, you know, hit us off the track, so appreciate that, dude. But whatever, trying to get some slipstream off him, but we can't really do it. He's getting some slipstream off Lorenzo. We're going to dive into this corner up the inside of Vinales. Bit harsh move on in there. Up into 5th once again because we passed a pair of them, but Vinales comes back up the inside, around the outside on the throttle though, and we've got the position now up into 5th once again. Hopefully he won't punt us off this time. And Zarco's trying to go up the inside of Petrucci for 4th place. Oh no, for 3rd even. Oh, Zarco's clipped the inside curb, and there's a screen freeze. Dovy's down, Dovy's down, Dovy's crashed out a 2nd. He bumped over the curb and down he went. So that's put us up to 6th now because these two have got back up the inside again. We're trying to get the inside of those two. Oh, trying to get these on Lorenzo. Oh, we've hit Vinales into Petrucci a bit there, but we've passed the 3 of them now, up into 3rd place, and Zarco on the KTM in 2nd position, so a good race for him. We're trying to go on the outside, around the outside of Zarco, up into 2nd, and now Marquez on the fellow Honda rider, should I say probably, is now our target, and he has been the guy we have been trying to chase most of the season, although it's usually either him or Dovey anyway, but Dovey, obviously, as we saw, exited stage right. Earlier on in the lap at turn 2. I don't really know why I did that weird laugh, but there you go, through the hairpin curve. We ran absolutely wide there, not even close to the right line, but we got a good exit from it there. We're only half second behind Marquez now. We were a whole second behind him, so yeah, good progress there, hitting the brakes. Hopefully we won't be rammed up the arse by Vinales this time. Probably shouldn't have said that, so my monetisation gone now, but there you go. Well, I think they're actually alright with arse, but yeah, probably best to not say it too often. And we're coming through turn 13, flicking the bike over for victory, corner 14 there, trying to close up as much as we can to Marc Marquez in 1st place. That looks probably like less than half a second now, so we'll see what it is when we go over the line. Yeah, it's 0.3 of a second pretty much, and we've closed up, well, we're all over the back of him now. I've clipped him going into turn 1 in fact. He did the fastest lap, 42.5, I'm sure we'll probably blow that away. Although it's not come up, we've gone to the right hand side of him though, down towards turn 2. He's probably going to be able to have an attack though. Hitting the brakes, I think we've gone in a little bit hot though, yes we have. Nowhere near the apex, straight on at turn 3. Bumping back up over the curb, that's what Dovey did, but Dovey didn't get away with it, I did. And we're going to the left hand side of Marquez now, we're going to pass him, almost contact with him now on the straight. Hitting the brakes, we're going to get around the outside of the Honda rider. Oh no, he's still trying to force it to fit, so he's back up into the lead again. We're trying to get the cut back on him, we can't quite do it. Are we going to have to go right around him? Oh, through 130R like we did to his teammate Lorenzo on lap 1, yes we have. Up into 1st position. Now on lap 3 of 6 of this Japanese Grand Prix, flicking the bike back over. So once again we've gone from last to 1st, but Marquez probably going to try to keep us honest here. Doesn't want us to get away, also we have already won the championship, but he wants to try and get a win this season. Well, anyone wants to try and get a win this season other than me. Obviously managed to steal them all, even at Austria obviously stole it right at the death away from Petrucci, but we ran wide to the hairpin curve once again. He almost looks up the inside, but we're just far enough in front and we're probably going to get the better exit like we did on the previous lap from going wide through there. So we go down the straight towards the 90-degree corner once again, hitting the brakes about the 150 metre board. We've missed the apex. I know there's a bit of a glitch with the mod there where it says a 90 question mark instead of 90 degrees, and I don't know how to fix it. It does actually say a degree symbol in the text file, it just doesn't seem to read it. But anyway, enough about little imperfections. And another crash for Dovizioso there, so Dovizioso not having a good day. I'm not sure what position he's going to be in, but I assume he'll be out of the points, so if we hadn't wrapped it up this last weekend, we definitely would have wrapped it up at this one, at this rate. But we are streaking away from Marquez here. Rabat just overtook Quattararo into 10th place. That's a good result for Rabat. Perhaps with quite a few of these riders crashing in the opening stages of this race, there's probably maybe some surprise points finishers. Maybe Morbidelli, it's Siren as well, I think, and Abraham. I think they're the 3 that haven't scored yet. So will one of them score this round? It's always possible. Well, 18th and 19th, so probably not, but there you go. Abraham could be in the points, we don't know, we'll have a look. See, I am keeping my eye on the bottom of the table, just not quite so much. We are going to actually talk about the bottom of the table here, because we are absolutely destroying Mark here. 1.3 seconds in front of him. Just kind of pulling away with little to no effort here. I was actually quite surprised by the, how poor the AI were. We're going down towards the hairpin now, once again, the hairpin curve, which I always think is a really funny name for a corner, because they sort of just sound like they contradict each other, but there you go. Whatever, Paulo Espargaro is in 13th, battling with Bang High. We've got 1.6 second lead over Marquez now. We're probably just going to extend it again, because the AI are not too great into the 90-degree corner. They tend to go a little bit hot and miss the apex, and then don't go on the throttle that early. But Vinales is back up to 3rd, nice past Lorenzo. And Lorenzo's gone back past him again. And Zarco's now up to Zarco's up to 10th, but he was in 2nd at one point, so not really sure what's happened to him there. He's been passed by Rabat now. I'm sure, yeah, he was in second place because we passed him and then went and caught Mark, so I'm not sure what's happened to him. But look at me and Mark, on miles ahead of Vinales in third, Lorenzo fourth, Ian fifth, Petrucci sixth, Miller seventh, Rins was eighth. And I didn't catch the last two, unfortunately, there. But maybe we'll get a look as we start the final lap, the order. We ran a little bit wide through turn 3, but not quite as badly as previously, so not too bad. Through turn 4, trying to slide the rear tyre, you can see the tyres are going off quite a bit there. Lorenzo's back up to third again, so definitely a ding-dong going on between the two Spaniards over third place. We've got a 2-second lead now, so pretty much can just cruise to the finish at this point. Although, to be fair, we did bring down a 1-second gap to Mark in about a lap, so 2 laps. Well, there's not actually 2 full laps of the race left, so never mind. And we've now put it up to 2.3 anyway, so yeah, we've got no worries. They lose a lot of time through 130R. They just don't hold the throttle all the way through, which you definitely can. And they just don't. Through V corner now, trying to power it out. See the way that you ride the Honda really is you get the bike stopped and you just turn it and just power out of the corner. It's definitely the quickest way to ride the bike. I'm not so sure I like it too much, but whatever. Rossi's now up to 13th, obviously after that crash with Mir at the beginning. 2.5 second lead, so once again we're still stretching away from Marquez at the front. Braking about 175 there, I think, meters into the 90-degree corner once again. Second gear, probably could have done first, but whatever. Sometimes when the tyres go off, you do start to play it a little bit more safe in terms of what gears you use, especially at, I know it's not this track, but the last corner at Malaysia, after the tyres have gone off halfway, if you go first gear into that corner, you just lose the rear and fall off, and there's nothing you can do about it, so you start using second. So we still lead the race, ahead of Marquez in second, Vinales third, Lorenzo fourth, Petrucci fifth, Ian 6th, Miller 7th, Mir 8th, Rins 9th. So Mir in 8th place after that crash at the beginning. That's pretty incredible. Pretty incredible from Jean Mir there, the rookie. Obviously probably doing a little bit better in the game than he is obviously struggling quite a bit in real life. Abraham's at 20th, so no, I don't think he's going to be in the points either. So yeah, it'd be a bit interesting there. Morbidelli and Abraham fighting over 20th there. And Quartararo's got past Rossi now, so yeah, despite the fact that Rossi's trying to make his way through the pack, seems like he's being pushed back down through it in this Japanese Grand Prix. Paulo Spagro now passes Quartararo, so I think there's a bit of a ding-dong there going on between like 10th and 13th. Now got 3.3 seconds, so we're pulling about a second a lap on Mark, because we were 2.3 there a lap ago, so there you go, through the V corner now, getting on the throttle, out of the V corner, down towards, well, straight towards the hairpin curve. It's not really downhill. I think it is a little bit more off camber in real life, a bit more downhill, but yeah, it's quite flat in the game. Now out of the hairpin curve now, what is the gap going to be if we pulled away anymore? Yes, 3.6 now, so basically in our own postcode, hitting the brakes, 200 metres about there, so we broke a little bit earlier than the previous lap, but obviously as you can see the tyres are going off. Well, I did use first gear through there this time though, so obviously just differing what I'm doing every lap apparently. No wonder the lap times aren't all too consistent in this career mode, since I'm just changing how I take the corners every lap. But we're going up towards the line, tried to do a little wheelie there, but couldn't quite do it, and we did a stoppie instead, because we had quite a big lead, which as of late hasn't been that common. We have actually been sort of winning them right at the end, but we're now looking at the race with an overtake, sort of round the outside through 130R. Pretty standard stuff there, around the outside of Mark as we go up into the lead of the race.
Before we go to see the party at the podium, let's take a look at the Motogp class final results.
So I say that we were in another postcode compared to Marquez. Me and Marquez were about 6 seconds in front of everybody else. I mean, Lorenzo ended up third. He managed to actually beat Vinales, which I'm a bit surprised about. I would have thought Vinales would have come out on top out of those two. Ian 5th, Petrucci 6th, Miller 7th, Rins 8th. Valentino Rossi ends up in 9th, so he gained quite a few positions in the last lap then. I think the simulated results are always a little broken. But yeah, quite a colourful screen there. We actually got an Aprilia at the front. We've got a Ducati, we've got a Pramac, we've got a Suzuki, we've got both factory Yamahas, both factory Hondas. We've got a lot of different colours on the screen there. So, good for most teams there. Mir did drop to 10th in the end there. Zarco 11th after being second at one point in that race. He's got to be disappointed, but he did beat his teammate Spagro, so I suppose there's a plus there. 13th for Bagnaia, 14th for Quartararo, so another 2 points to the tally there for the Petronas team. 15th for Dovizioso. In the end, after 2 crashes, he can't be too disappointed with that, although he's going to be quite annoyed at himself for crashing twice. Siren 6th, so he almost scored points. 16th, sorry. Tito Rabat 17th. Miguel Oliveira 18th. Aleix Spagro 19th. Takaki Nakagami 20th. Morbidelli 21st, and Abraham rounds off everybody else at the back of the grid in 22nd position. Well, not really back of the grid, back of the race, but we do end up with 400 points, as I said, was possible if we won this race. We now extend our lead, obviously, because Dovizioso's only scored 1 to 136 points. Marquez has 168 points, so if Dovi has another bad race, Mark will be all over him. 4th place for Viñales there with 216, 5th for Rossi with 195, 6th for Lorenzo's pretty much consolidated that position after a run of pretty good races. Miller moves up a couple of places into 7th place, Zarco and Mir both moved down 1, because for a while 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th were all pretty close, only a couple of points in it. But now Lorenzo's sort of streaking away, although the others are still close, with Petrucci in 10th on 112, 11th for Rins, 12th for Iannone, 13th for Sbagro, 14th for Bagnaia. Quartararo now up to 22 points after that 14th place finish in this race, 16th for Rabat with 17 points. And then you get into the single figures with Aleix Sbagro in 17th place with 4 points, 396 away from the lead. Definitely been struggling this season. Nakagami with 2 points, Oliveira also with 2 points in 18th and 19th, and 20th for Siren, 21st for Morbidelli and 22nd for Abraham, all having not scored points. On the constructor side of things, nothing's changed as per really. I mean, obviously certain bikes are better, so it's going to be quite similar, although everyone's got Aprilia maybe in these last 4 races could get over 100 points, although I don't see it happening, but they could do it. And we actually do shrink our lead, shrink the lead of Monster Energy Yamaha after Rossi had a pretty poor race there, down to 11 points. And after Dovizioso's race, Repsol Honda and mission winner Ducati are equal on points, so despite the fact I said they were quite spread out earlier, I did make the point of saying, you know, if it was to go bad for both riders or something like that, a big swing could happen easily. 5th place for Suzuki there, 6th for Red Bull KTM, 7th for Alma Pramac, 8th for Aprilia, 9th for Petronas, obviously once again another 2 points to the tally after Quartararo scored another 2, 10th for Relevintia, 11th still for LCR Honda Itamitsu, equal on points with Red Bull KTM Tech 3 who round off the table. But I enjoyed that race. I know it was a little bit boring, obviously we got to the lead quite quickly, but hopefully me talking about the midfield was a little bit more interesting. Hopefully I can get the race against Pole up later today, but I've been quite busy, and yeah, so if I can do it, I'll get it up. If not, then I can't, I'm sorry. But I'll see you in the next video, whenever that'll be.
Picking up again live from the track, where the top 3 riders have just arrived on the podium for the award ceremony. Each Grand Prix makes its own story, but these guys will definitely be ones to keep an eye on in races to come.